Mufussy and Galeer.
Hello everybody and welcome to Dropkick the Commute. This is for the second time ever in our 3 or 4 months of doing this. Only the second time ever we've gotten caught in the rain. It is raining.
We had a good streak there.
Yeah, we had a good streak. The first time it was a shit show, and then today we have a flash flood warning. The windows are up. The AC is broken. It's mid-70s right now, and I'm gonna ride out this broken AC until I don't have to use it anymore. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. All In. This is gonna be our All In reaction episode. All In was fucking incredible. I had an adrenaline rush that I have not had since WrestleMania. I was going all over. I was zooming, brother.
Were you running around your room?
Yeah, I had zoomies with Nugget. We were running back and forth.
Yeah, I love that for you. Yeah, it was a great show. It was surpassed my expectations. Actually, I'll say it lived up to my expectations. I thought I had a feeling it was going to be a really good show. There's something really endearing about all the haters being like, yeah, well, it's not 80,000, and it's still being actually objectively, I think, a better show than last year.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's great too because you got a great mix of good wrestling, good storytelling, which you don't always come by with AEW. It's either one or the other.
Right.
Very seldom is it both. So this was a very well-rounded card for All In London.
Yeah, it was really great. Let's start off with the biggest news, of the show. I have successfully retained the DTC Intercontinental by a draw. It wasn't like a clean finish. It was like, a draw, nice time limit draw, which honestly is fitting for AEW. So
it's fitting. So what? I got Mercedes correct. You got Willow.
I got
correct.
Willow. Yeah. So based on our predictions, we guessed everything pretty much the same except for those 2 matches.
Yeah. Well, we predicted wrong on a few of them, both of us.
Yeah, which we will get to here. We had obviously a massive card, which we usually do for AEW pay-per-views. But first, I think I just want to talk about the setting and, everything, the general feel around this pay-per-view. We were talking about the build for months, how some things were very questionable, but I would say everything paid off here. And there's very little loose ends. I think everything tied together very nicely. And I think it's a common thread where AEW's weekly shows are kind of iffy sometimes. But the pay-per-views always are, for the most part, the pay-per-views are usually, like, incredible. And I think this one really showed that. They had a very solid, like, 50,000 plus. They didn't give a number, but there was 50,000 people there.
Yeah.
And immediately when I opened Twitter, as the show was starting, someone posted a picture of the fucking stadium, like, tarped off and shit. And shut the fuck up, man. Like the picture was from inside the stadium, but maybe it was someone that wasn't there. But it was a picture from inside the stadium. That's probably more than likely. It was that.
Again.
But still, this is a company that is based in the United States, that is a wrestling company that just had a stadium show with 50,000 people. You did not get this 5 years ago. You did not get this 10 years ago. You didn't get this 20 years ago.
Are you talking in terms of like a competitor?
Yeah, in terms of a competitor, they are a solid number 2 company, and all the people that say AEW is dead, AEW is dying, they are not dying. They just announced 4 stadium shows for next year. Like, they're going strong, man.
AEW's been dying since CM Punk left. I mean, look where we're at now. Like, I'd say I'd say arguably the recovery is very impressive.
Yeah.
Because something like that, you can't, like, we honestly, then, yeah, we thought, we knew that it was going to impact them in a big way, but I think for all intents and purposes, they came back really strong from it.
Yeah. And even look at the talent on the card, right? Like, yeah, main event was Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland, but Swerve Strickland is like, I would argue now, he's not AEW homegrown, but he's an AEW star. He is a big star in AEW, right? People go crazy for him. They turned him into a star. Toni Storm, Mariah May, obviously, again, Tony's, like, both of those, you know, they came from outside of AEW, but they are stars. Like,
Yep.
Will Ospreay, MJF, boom. Like, two massive names in the wrestling world. Darby Allin, Jack Perry, like...
I would say think about where these people were 5 years ago. They were not at a level where they could perform to tens of thousands of people in a stadium and have the people know, like, who they are. I think Jack Perry's a really good example of that.
Oh, for sure. Like, people went crazy for him, and the coffin match was decent, and, you know, they showcased their talent, and AEW is putting on a stage for all of this talent, and they are getting to spotlight themselves in front of 50,000 fucking people. Like, it's massive, regardless of what you think of the company, regardless of what you think of the weekly shows and all this stuff. Like,
yeah, you're not gonna deny that it was a success. It's just like it's the proof is in the pudding, and you know it's always a case of, like, it is up to them.
Yeah, and even just in terms of the production crew, like, putting on a show in a stadium that big is not easy. And they had some really fun camera shots, specifically in Swerve's entrance. That drone shot of it going over the tent and, like, going towards the ramp, that was fucking sick. And, you know, the entrances and just everything on a production level, like, this was so solid. It was such a solid show, and people just want to shit on it to shit on it. And that's my 2 cents on all of this. And I'm ready to get into the card if you are. Unless you have anything else to say.
No, I mean, I think you said it perfectly. I think we're really getting an influx of tribalism after this show, because just people really badly, I don't know, they want to see the other side fail. No matter what side they're on, it's just, let's be grateful for how spoiled we are, and how lucky we are to have a number 2 and, you know, an alternative for the main product. It's something great to have. Watching a WWE pay-per-view is wildly different than watching an AEW pay-per-view.
It really is.
And we know that we're going to get something different, and I think it's important to have something different. And it's okay that they are doing big numbers. We don't have to make it a whole thing, dude.
Yeah.
We can just take it.
There are so many times where I'm like, man, I wish I was, like, you know, coherent during the WWF, WCW days. And it's like, but now we're getting it, and we're getting an alternative. We're getting talent going between the companies, and it's really exciting. And honestly, you have more wrestling than before. You have fucking NJPW, you have TNA collabing with WWE, you have AEW, you have AEW, TNA, WWE people showing up in GCW. Like, it's fucking crazy. It is such a cool time in wrestling right now, and people just shit on stuff to shit on stuff. And we should just be excited and just enjoy wrestling.
Well, we know that we can't have that on the internet, but regardless, let's hop into this card. We had I mean, where do you want to start? You want to start from the beginning?
Yeah, we'll start from the beginning. Usually 0 hour on these shows is like whatever. But 0 hour for All In,
pretty stacked,
cooked, dude. To start off, we had a 16-man tag match, which some very cool talent in there, but it was very hard to like keep track of, and it was just kind of okay. This guy goes in, does a spot.
Yeah,
16. Yeah, absolutely nutty. But like, it was a cool thing for them to showcase their moves there for a minute.
Yeah, I tuned in kind of in the middle of it, and so they just keep naming people as they were doing their moves, and I was like, Jesus Christ, how many people are in this match? And it's like people just kept showing up. I think honestly, it was just a good excuse to get a bunch of names in there and have them on the card, which I think is fine. But yeah, it was good. We got a little variety from a bunch of different wrestlers, so I don't complain, and it's probably more so for the live audience, just to give them something to chew on before.
Yeah, a little pre-show match,
appetizer.
To get them hyped. Yeah, and there were some good spots in there, and you had some decent name, Private Party, Dark Order, Jay Lethal, like ton of people in that, and it was just a fun little opener. The second 0 Hour match was Willow Nightingale and Ishii versus Chris Statlander and Stokely. And I was surprised by this match. Also, I just really, really loved Ishii's entrance because he's the Stone Pitbull, and he comes out and he has a very interesting build to him. He physically
looks like a pitbull, and he walks. He looks like he pooped his pants.
Right, so he walked out, and just seeing him come out on that massive ramp was so funny to me.
It's funny too because he's big and small, he's a small guy.
Yeah, he is.
He's short.
Yeah,
but he's he's girthy.
Yeah, girthy. I hate that, but it's true. But this was a fun match. Stokely, some good moves from Stokely in this that were. We had a little preview of this on Collision, I want to say.
I didn't watch Collision, I'm going to be real with you.
Oh my god, you hate wrestling.
Yeah.
We had a little preview of it on Collision, but we saw him in action in this match, and it was just a fun match. Willow and Ishii won, so they get to choose the stipulation for All Out.
I don't know who's going to win that match, by the way. I feel like Willow's going to retain. But in that school of thought, I thought they were going to have Statlander win so that she'd pick the stipulation, go into the match with the upper hand, and then Willow
wins.
Yeah. But I can't be 100% certain on where that match will go because, I don't know. I think Willow just won it pretty recently. After she lost the Owen, she won it.
Yeah, she won it when Stephanie Vaquer signed because she dropped it.
Right. Oh yeah, that's true.
So,
fun little match. Random pairing of Ishii and Willow, but does this make Willow a member of the conglomeration?
Yeah, that would officially induct her. Yep. They just want to conglomerate.
They just be conglomerating.
Yeah. We had another really special 0 Hour match, I would say.
Oh yes, we had the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions, Dustin Rhodes and Sammy, teaming up with the Ring of Honor Trios Champions, Dustin Rhodes and the Von Erich, also teaming up with Katsuyori Von Erich. And they faced Cage of Agony and Kingdom.
Yes.
Do we realize this is like a sidebar and really doesn't have anything to do with this match? But the Kingdom, the Undisputed Kingdom, is just the Kingdom. That's like how it was before they formed that faction.
Right.
Because it was Roderick Strong in the Kingdom.
Yeah.
I just keep thinking back to what a fucking flop, dude, that faction.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. This was cool. I think solely for how it ended afterwards.
But also how their entrance, and
I missed the entrance.
Okay, the entrance was very cool because Kevin Von Erich came out with the Von Erichs, obviously.
Right.
And all 5 of them stood in a line when Dustin came out. And it was like just such a cool moment of all of them standing there, like about to go to the ring. And they come out and chaos breaks out. And Kevin Von Erich is just standing there like, he's like ready to go. But then he doesn't do anything until the end of the match.
Isn't he barefoot too?
Yeah, he was barefoot though. Yeah.
Just like in real.
Which was great. Just like in real life. Just like in the Iron Claw.
Just like in the Iron Claw.
But yeah, if you want to talk about the match.
Yeah, I mean,
here.
I will admit I didn't pay attention too much to it because during pre-show I was driving to my friend's house where I was going to watch it, but I did catch like the ending where I think it was after the match ended where Kevin Von Erich hit it. Everyone was hitting the claw basically on everyone on the other side, which I thought was great. I like how we've just given Shibata the claw.
Yeah, right.
A little good moment here. I keep thinking about, my friend made a good point saying we were talking about like, man, Dustin Rhodes got to retire soon, maybe.
Yeah.
A great place to do that would be All In Texas, because he's from Texas.
Oh, that would be so great. He said he's got like a couple more years left in him.
Yeah, I feel like he could keep going.
Yeah.
But I'd say like it could be cool for him to have a big moment.
That would be huge. Or at least give him a fucking, huge match there. Give him something big.
Even the Von Erichs as well. Like, I could see them maybe climbing the rankings, maybe getting to a World Tag Team, AEW World Tag Team Championship match or something like that. I don't know if they'll how fast they'll ascend the rankings in that way, but it could be cool to see them in that position. Sammy Guevara, I don't care too much about, but I do like the little unit they got going on there.
Yeah, it's a cool little team, and there's a lot of meaning behind it with the Rhodes and the Von Erichs.
I got a good one. Kevin Von Erich, I think he hit Matt Taven with the claw. And Matt Taven sold it like a motherfucker.
Dude, I posted a screenshot of it, and I said, me when I have to wake up for work on Monday. He's like so folded backwards.
Yeah.
Oh, it reminded me of remember when Io Sky during Money in the Bank?
Oh, yeah,
she folded that exact way.
Yeah.
That shit was so funny.
You know what? Okay, maybe I don't hate the Kingdom. They can stay because of that. I mean, I really love the Kingdom. Actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're my favorite faction in AEW. I love them so much.
Man. To start off the show, we had the London ladder match, which we incorrectly predicted.
I was shocked.
This was a pretty good match, but we need to talk about the comically small ladders. What was going on?
Yeah, but somehow they could still reach.
I know.
They could still reach, which I'm here for that. Like they clearly weren't small enough, too small,
Yeah.
But there were big ones, there were huge ones, and there were very teeny tiny ones.
Ladders
also,
of all sizes.
Let's talk about the fucking tables at that stadium. The tables they had were they looked different, but they also were the table spots were all out of fucking sorts. I know Buddy went through a table. I think he got power bombed or suplexed through one, and he only hit the bottom of it. And then there was a table on the outside that didn't quite break. Oh, I remember. Juice Robinson was gonna either power bomb or pile drive Shayna Wayne through the table, and then Kill Switch gave him a choke slam through it, and he just the table fucking ate him. Didn't even break.
Didn't even break, dude. He just bounced off of it.
I would have given Shayna Wayne all my respect if she took a table spot
Oh my God, that would have been
that crowd
crazy.
would have been nuts.
It would have, yeah.
And you know what?
That would have been a crazy
She's
moment.
holding one of the belts. You know, you might as well put her through a table, man.
Yeah, right.
If you're going to call yourself a trios champ, you better take a table like one.
There was a fun moment when she was climbing the ladder, too. And everyone thought that she was going to, like, actually get it. And then they, brought her down. And she's like, okay. And then she stood on the apron.
Yeah, she's doing God's work.
But yeah, a lot of cool spots in this match. I fucking died at Christian. The match starts, bell rings, and he books it out of there.
And then he came out once everyone was all tuckered out.
Yeah. So he ran away, and lots of really good stuff here. There was a kind of a scary moment when he went to do a spear from the ladder through a table, and he like only hit the bottom of the table.
Oh,
so
I
it seemed like
think
they were
that's
too far.
That's the buddy one that I was talking about.
Oh yeah, the buddy one.
Yeah, it only, and I think he got the brunt of that, because he hit it with his head.
Yeah, so a little scary there, but it was, crazy.
A lot of moments too where Kill Switch was gonna go get it, and Christian's like, no, I have to get them.
Yeah. And then towards the end, Christian's climbing up the side, and he's all hurt, and Killswitch gets under him and starts pushing him up the ladder. He puts him on his shoulders and pushes him up. But then he gets taken down again. And in a very, what I thought was unpredictable win here, Pac, Claudio, and Wheeler Yuta are the new Trios champions.
Yeah.
So
I was trying to figure out, is Pac... Well, actually, no, I saw something that said it was originally supposed to be Death Triangle to win that, which is really unfortunate, because I would have loved to see that. They were I think they were the first Trios champions in AEW.
Yeah, I think you're right.
So it's still a good win. I'm not mad at the result.
No, not at all.
It was very unexpected. I will be mad though that it was supposed to be Death Triangle, and Pac just kind of got shoehorned into the Blackpool Combat Club, where I'm pretty sure Pac doesn't like anybody. He doesn't have friends on the roster except the Lucha Brothers.
Right.
So it was very weird to see him teaming with them. But good win. I really thought Patriarchy would hold it a little longer too.
Yeah, I did too. I thought we were gonna, see this keep going strong. I'm dumb. We forgot to talk about the biggest moment of the pre-show.
Oh my God, Jaime Heyter.
Jaime Heyter, dude. Saraya came out and she was all pissed. She's like, I'm not on the show. This show's not continuing until you put me on the card, or someone comes out here and gives me a match. Fucking Jaime Heyter makes her return, bro.
This was huge. I jumped in my seat. I was
very massive.
So happy. And we had literally been talking about it. Yeah, she's probably going to show up after the Britt match, because they were at that thing together, and then she showed up 5 minutes later. We were like, holy shit.
She showed up in the pre-show, and it was like, holy fuck.
Yep, so. I'm here to have her back, get her, put the belt on her, have her rematch with Toni Storm, book it, sign it, seal it, deliver it. It's done. I booked it. I wrote that. I wrote that. I signed that with my blood.
You have Tony Khan's number? Called him up?
Dude, he's on speed dial. Of course.
You've got Tony Khan, and I've got Trips on the phone.
Making moves.
All right, let's talk about one of my... sorry, what were you going to say?
I was just going to do you know who is making moves?
Oh, Mariah May?
Yeah. Guys.
Good. I like that segue better.
We're getting a nude photo shoot for Mariah May.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it's true.
This match fucking delivered on every level. I was very excited for this match, and it paid off. Mariah May and Toni Storm are probably two of the most talented people on the roster, and the story behind this match, it was very emotional. It was good stuff, and it went hard. It was crazy. Mariah May At one point, they were making it a big deal. She's like, oh my god, she's performing in front of her mother for, you know, the first time, or
Bro, she, like,
the
beat up
second
her
time in her
mom.
life. Yeah, and she walks up to her mom and just slaps her.
What?
And then Toni Storm, like, walked over to Mariah's mom and, like, hugged her, and she's like, oh, I'm so sorry, my darling, and, like, all this stuff.
I'm sorry, your daughter is a terrible person. Terrible.
We had a Storm Zero on the stairs. We had blood. Mariah was a bloody mess from this match. There was so much, man. And it was very physical, and the pacing was very good right out of the gate. You know, this is a blood feud. Like, they were at each other's throats, and right out of the gate, they were just fucking going at each other's throats.
Yeah. Yeah, it was definitely one of the ones I looked forward to the most. I wish it was booked higher on the card.
Yeah, I do too. Second match is crazy.
I think TBS like switched those two. I think it would have been great, but obviously I know like Mercedes is like their money maker, no pun intended.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. Mariah wins AEW World Championship, and Toni Storm is doing her little thing. She's rolling around in the ring, and then she's leaving, and she's laughing.
Yeah.
Are we gonna see like this version of Toni Storm basically came to fruition this time last year when she started going cuckoo? Is she gonna like descend deeper into that fucking like Delulu mindset?
Yeah, I think this is like her Joker moment, and she's gonna go fucking like crazy.
And just in time to promote Joker 2, Fully Ado, coming out in theaters soon.
Oh, man. Yeah, and then as she was leaving, the crowd was giving her flowers, you know, Toni Storm, and...
good title run.
Good, very good run. Very good run. Lots of good storytelling.
It's time for the Triple M.
Yes, the era of the Triple M. FTW Championship, Chris Jericho and Hook's entrance. He had Taz's little heartbeat at the beginning, which went so hard. It was very good. So
this match was like an homage to the FTW Championship. I will say it wasn't like super eventful in my opinion. This was like a bathroom break kind of match. This was I got up and ordered a pizza kind of match for me personally. But I'm glad I was there for like the ending of it. You know, it was all kinds of fun. I thought Samoa Joe was going to come back.
That would have been sick.
But he won it on his own.
He did. He won
it on his own with help from Taz.
Yeah. You know, Taz interfered at the end, and he tapped out. He was what? He was choking out. Was it Big Bill? Brian Keith. He was choking out Brian Keith. Hook was choking out Jericho. Made them both tap at the same time.
Big Bill went through a table.
Very good moment for them. And it was really good stuff. I think this match, overall, the content of the match, it was like, yeah, like you said, it was an homage to the FTW title, but I feel like it wasn't really any different from the past 3 FTW like title defenses. I feel like Jericho kind of just did the same stuff, and obviously Hook's going along with it and, you know, doing what they can, but it was a good like decent okay match, and I think the payoff was the end there.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, during the post show, Tony Khan said this show had a big theme of like family and you know, just family overall, and it's like a whole tribute to that, and I think it showed. So
yeah,
pretty good.
Shout out.
We had the trio, or the triple threat for the World Tag Team Championship, and I don't know. I was not really a fan.
I was not into it. I haven't been into this since that whole Acclaimed match got broken up.
Yeah.
I think the more I thought about it, the more I realized I would have been more interested in the match, sadly. I wouldn't even say sadly. I just would have been more interested in it if it was a 2-on-2 straight-up tag team match. But I would have said I would have preferred FTR versus Bucks. Obviously they've been running it back over the years, but like, and they did last year. But like, I would have preferred that over a triple threat. I would have preferred that the Acclaimed versus the Bucks, even if the Acclaimed don't win. I mean, they didn't win. You know, Bucks retained, which I am sad about because I just don't like. The EVPs thing it's fallen flat on me. I have not cared about it since I like kind of realized that they don't really like their power status doesn't mean a damn thing.
Right. I think we're expecting the whole power dynamic and to, you know,
it was good at first
further
when they came through with Sting and Darby.
Yeah.
But now it's just like, well, they've defended their championships once. They've had them since like March or April, and they've defended them twice now, including All In. So
yeah.
And like they've been active, like they were in Blood and Guts, and they were in Stadium Stampede or Anarchy, whatever. So they're like around, but like, drop the belts, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna hold on to them and not even have matches for them, like, I don't even care if you win the matches, but like, you know, I forgot they existed.
Yeah. So overall, I don't know. It was kind of a meh match.
They could put on a good match, but I think just the setup for it, you know, it lost me along the way.
I agree. What was cool, the Bucks came out to a Sergeant Pepper theme, and they had a Sergeant Pepper, you know, ring gear.
I popped for that.
Yeah.
Stupendous Sam popped for that. He loves the Beatles.
Yeah. The Beatles. Let's move on to one of the best moments of the night, the Casino Gauntlet match. Except the ending. The ending is a little questionable, but
this match was so fun.
This was so fun. It is.
This match was a
never
blast.
know who's gonna come out. You never know what's gonna happen, and we got what we all expected. We got the debut of Ricochet, which went fucking crazy. Ricochet is looking stronger than ever. He's in incredible shape. He did some crazy moves. The little flip right at the beginning over Hangman was insane. You know, really good to see Ricochet here. Like I said, I'm just a little nervous on how they book him, but hopefully, fingers crossed, he gets booked well. And then the best part of this match, who did we have, Galeer?
They did it. The fuckers, the mad lads did it. They brought Nigel McGuinness back from the dead. Nigel, I was mad because I couldn't hear the music, and anytime someone came out and they didn't immediately cut to the entrance, so everyone, there was a huge pop, and I was like, who the fuck is it? I saw Nigel, and I was like, holy shit! I texted you, and I was like, holy shit, he's gonna win, and then he's gonna have his match, and Danielson's gonna win, and they're gonna have a match. He looked so good.
Nigel McGuinness is incredible. I have never seen this man wrestle.
Me neither.
I have never seen a match from him. I've never seen anything from him. I knew he was good too. I've heard, you know, great things about him and all this shit, but he is incredible in the ring, and it shows, dude. He got reinvigorated from Mariah May, giving him a little smooch during her match, and this man powered up, and he's like, all right, I'm going.
Hepatitis or whatever I had.
Yeah, I no longer have any physical ailment. I can wrestle, and dude, it fucking showed. He was great in the ring. We also had Zack Sabre Jr. Make his AEW return. He just won the G1 Climax, which is really exciting. And then the ending was a little weird. Christian Cage comes out. You know, everyone's like, whoa, he just wrestled earlier. This is crazy. He's in the match. He's doing his thing. And then later on, Luchasaurus comes out.
Not Kill
Switch. Luchasaurus comes out. The crowd goes fucking crazy because they're like, oh my God, it's happening. He's finally going to turn on Christian Cage.
Yeah.
But he gets in the ring, stands there, stares at Christian. You think he's about to, you know, fucking destroy Christian. And he doesn't. What does he do instead?
He destroyed whoever was in there.
Man, I thought you would know. That's why I passed it to you. Oh, shit.
No, I don't know who was in the ring, but he basically finished the job for Christian. He did what he's the kill switch. He's Christian's finisher, and he finished the job. And Christian went for the pin, and he's got himself a world title contract at any time, similar to the TNT one that they also won back in December.
Yeah.
All I could think was, I hope they don't ruin the main event with this, but
right,
they didn't. I distinctly remember a time in TNA where they have a similar thing. I forget what it's called. It's some kind of like trophy, and it actually I believe it involved Christian. Christian was in a very awesome rivalry with Josh Alexander. Christian was the Impact champion, and they went, I want to say 30, 45 minutes, incredible match. Add that to the list of matches you should watch. And then Josh Alexander won the title for the first time. His wife and kid were there. He had an awesome moment with them in the ring. And then Moose showed up with the trophy and speared him right in front of his family. His family's still in the ring, spears him in front of his family, and won the title from him. It was fucking, it was like heart-wrenching. That's all I could think of when I saw Christian win this, and I was like, holy shit, we're coming full circle. But it'll be interesting to see where this one goes, because I don't know where Christian will fit into
the world title
actually
picture.
Oh man, I have a theory.
Say it.
But no, we'll wait till we finish the main event. I'll come back to it.
Okay. Again, kind of weird Christian winning this. Some people are saying Ricochet should have won it. I highly disagree with that. Massive skip.
Skip.
There's no need for him to win it right now.
Don't
right.
Don't throw the belt on him immediately, because that doesn't do anything for anybody.
You had so many other people in that match that would have made more sense. Fucking, you know, Hangman #1. You know, there's a lot of good talent in that. It definitely did not need to be Ricochet. I am not downplaying Ricochet's debut at all.
No.
That's absolutely massive, but
no,
he didn't need to do that. Moving on, we had MJF and Will Ospreay. Dude. Will Ospreay has now taken the greatest wrestling entrance of all time in my eyes, and it's very biased.
You're a fucking Ubisoft ambassador.
I fucking love Assassin's Creed.
This is the guy with I think you retired the Assassin's Creed hat, yeah?
Oh yeah, because I wore it so much the emblem came off.
You had that shit on for like 9 years, brother.
It's true. Dude.
Yeah. This guy is like the biggest. I saw the entrance and I was like, oh my god, Justin's gonna pop.
If there are two Assassin's Creed fans in the world, it is me and Will Ospreay.
Yeah, I agree.
Dude, Will Ospreay loves Assassin's Creed. I love Assassin's Creed, and I fucking love this entrance. I popped so hard. They got the original Ezio voice actor to do a whole thing for Will Ospreay, and I was like, holy fucking shit. And then, just when his actual music hits, there's nothing bigger, man. He is AEW's biggest star, I swear. When everyone screams Ospreay, like, the aura on this man when he comes out is fucking incredible.
He's the guy, and I it's only a matter of time, man. But
he's gonna be the world champion at some point.
He's got the international and he's elevated it. Him and MJF have elevated it to a point where, well, I won't say it's been elevated. Orange Cassidy did a great job with it, but like,
yeah,
Ospreay just like took it to an entirely different level.
For sure.
We've said it from the beginning. Like, it is very clear that this is their guy. He's on the posters. He's just like a lovable guy. You know, you can't help but love his personality.
Right.
He's very genuine, and he's a good goddamn wrestler. That's for sure.
Dude, during the post show, after he was all done, he's like, "All right, I'm gonna go put a baby in the wife now." It's like, what? Jesus. He said that. I was like, holy shit, bro. But no, it was super cool. Like, I fucking love this entrance. Will Ospreay, Assassin's Creed fan to Assassin's Creed fan, come on our podcast. I'd love to have you. Thank you so much. MJF's entrance was also incredible. Don't get me wrong. He came out full on, patriotic American.
He was dressed as Uncle Sam, bro. He looked like a goofball.
Came out with a giant flag, stands in the ring, the huge MJF flag comes down, streamers, confetti, and those streamers hung there for the rest of the match and the rest of the night, to be honest. This match was fucking incredible. A spot that absolutely popped me, like, so much, was when he did the shooting star press when MJF was on the ropes. He did the shooting star press onto MJF, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Dude.
It was just all around a fantastic match. Again, if you need your proof that MJF can do more than just talk, it's right there, man.
Yeah, it's this match, man, and many more that he's had. Like, these two guys are fucking incredible. They're just raw, pure talent, and it's so fun to see. MJF tweeted previously in the day, he's like, some asshole stole my diamond ring. Not that I need it or anything, but someone stole it. And they made that a story point, and he ended up having brass knuckles instead, so he pulls them out of his tights and goes to use them, and a masked man comes onto the apron and rips them away from him, revealing himself. Me neither. He reveals himself. It's Daniel Garcia. He's back. MJF is like, what the fuck? He's like seeing a ghost, and Will Ospreay hits him with the hidden blade and then does the fucking tiger driver, wins the match. And
a beautiful full circle moment for everyone involved except MJF.
Yeah, I really want MJF to do a whole broken neck gimmick next.
Yeah, I feel like it's just it's gonna happen, you know. This was incredible. I want to point out the spot where a cameraman got absolutely destroyed.
Oh my god, obliterated.
Yep. But I think MJF like moved out of the way or something, and Ospreay just killed him.
Yeah.
Shout out to whoever that was. But yeah, the Daniel Garcia thing really popped me because I was kind of in the camp of people that was convinced he was going to WWE.
Yeah.
Because everyone had just been talking like he got written off and his contract is coming up. This was great though, and he didn't even like steal the show either. Like, he didn't do his dance or anything. He was there. He was serious. I can't wait for this match. He's gonna have a match with MJF. I really hope he re-signs to AEW, man. I feel like people just will appreciate him more there than they will ever appreciate him in WWE.
I think he will.
Yeah. But this is definitely a high point of the night for me. This match was incredible. These are the guys. They're carrying the roster, dude.
TBS Championship. Mercedes and Britt Baker. What are your thoughts?
I didn't care a ton about this, man. This was a lower point, unfortunately. which sucks because I was really excited to see Britt back in action. I don't know. I'd say the highlight of it for me was Mercedes' entrance.
Yeah,
that's just kind of where my head's at. No disrespect.
I popped for the corgis, and that's it. I'm gonna be honest.
You know, I think if this were 2016, I would have popped for the corgis. But I've just worked with so many corgis in my time.
I love corgis.
Dog stuff. I'm not saying I've never. We met a corgi on the street. That was a sweet, very sweet corgi. But all the corgis I've worked with have been assholes. Hey, it's no fault to them. I'm not in the camp that thinks the dog's the problem. But that's not a conversation for Dropkick the Commute. That's a conversation for Dropkick the animal training. But good entrance. We were wondering what that. Excuse me.
Careful.
We were wondering what that carriage was all about. Off to the side, and Mercedes looked good. Camille looked incredible. God, holding both championships, man. They gotta give her one of those at some point, man. Sheesh. I didn't care a whole lot for the match, man.
It was really weird chemistry, I think.
Yeah, which sucks because it's like a big dream match, you know. I feel like a lot of people were stoked on it, and it just didn't do a whole lot. And I think too, again, if you swap the two women's matches, I think people would have been going into it more excited, and then with Toni and Mariah, you like already knew it was going to be a good match.
Right.
With Britt, I guess the same goes for Britt and Mercedes, but at least this way it's an opener match, and then it's kind of like, well, we still got plenty to go. Like this, I feel like this was intended to be like a co-main event of some sort, and it didn't feel like one.
Yeah, it's also just weird, like, I don't know, the TBS championship, like, it's not the women's world championship, so like, why would you have it
but
higher,
they're
you know?
They're keeping it at that level because Mercedes is holding it. She's like the
That's
biggest
fair.
Female star they have right now.
Yeah.
I'm not like super sold on Mercedes.
Yeah, I'm not either.
I just don't. I don't take her seriously enough. I love her in WWE, but I don't know. Right now, I need something more, and I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
But she retained.
Yep.
Which I saw coming. I didn't think Britt was going to win. I didn't think they were going to take the championship off Mercedes that soon. I think if anything, have Britt challenge for the world title at some point soon. She'll probably win it again in the near, maybe not so near future. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with those titles. I feel like I don't know. It's not tossed around. Obviously, the women's world title, like, is definitely not tossed around. Toni Storm just had it for a very long time.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens now that Mariah has it. Hopefully, she has some really strong defenses, and
I think she
we'll see where it goes. Coffin match was very good. Honestly,
Yes.
It was just Darby getting his shit kicked in for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But it was incredible. It was good stuff. Lots of crazy stuff. Darby had tacks on his face.
I know. I didn't realize that until he started. Like, I was like, oh, he's just wearing some kind of like face thing. I don't know.
Yeah. There was numerous points when Jack Perry went to go slap him, slap his face, and he's like, ah, fuck.
Yeah.
Right at the beginning, the coffin they yeeted the coffin. It did not stay on that pedestal. Some crazy stuff. Jack Perry tapes up Darby's hands. He takes Darby's belt and ties his legs with it. He drags him, puts him in a fucking body bag, and then puts him in the coffin. Darby gets up, and he looks like a zombie. He pops out of the body bag, and he's like, ah!
Yep.
And, Jack Perry just fucking decks him and, closes the coffin on him. The EVPs come out, and, they are holding a gas can. They hand it to Jack Perry. He opens the coffin back up, starts pouring it on Darby, pours it on top. He's got the lighter. He's about to light it. Lights go out, and then we hear...
Oh my God,
and
dude.
Sting comes out, and the fucking crowd goes nutty.
You
dude.
had to. You had to.
You had to. You had to. Sting came out and saved Darby from being lit on fire, and that's all he had to do. He's gonna make his yearly appearance and save Darby, and you know, it fucking went hard. It was good stuff.
Yeah, it was a fantastic match. Jack Perry finally having like a decent title defense, I think, was really good.
Yeah, it was really strong. It was a good defense.
We had a spot with Real Glass.
Yeah, Real Glass, motherfucker.
He got his wish at All In. He had a bag full of glass, just poured it out, and then he ended up getting dropped on it, and you knew it was Real Glass by the speed at which his back just opened up.
Yeah, and his arm too. His arm had a...
London went insane with "fuck CM Punk" chants. That's a choice. Again, I'm not a big proponent of cheering the guy who's at the other company's name on your show, but
yeah,
that's obviously that's the fans. It's not necessarily... It's a choice. But yeah, man, it was solid match. Definitely a quick ending to a coffin match.
Yep.
I feel like I think this match was only like 10 minutes, 15 minutes maybe.
Yeah, it was short.
Most coffin matches, I feel like there's kind of like a slow build to like actually closing the thing, but it was very quick. It was very... I saw it as a good palate cleanser for the our final entree, if you will.
Yeah, which certainly was an entree. The main event, Swerve Strickland versus Bryan Danielson, title versus career match. I went into this and I really thought Bryan Danielson was gonna lose.
I didn't know, and I was okay with it, man. I didn't know what was gonna happen. I know I said Swerve, but I was like, this could go either way, man.
Yeah. We had a beautiful video package during Bryan's entrance, and showed a ton of clips from his career. It was his career flashing before his eyes. He was meditating, just talking about his career and what his family means to him and all this stuff, and comes out to the final countdown. Obviously went fucking crazy. Swerve had his entrance, and I'm not educated, but do you know who his music is by?
DJ Kid and Flash Garments.
All right.
The guys, those are the guys that are on the song, and I believe
that's
they
what I
did
figured.
this exact same entrance last year with the same guys performing. I don't know. I like this a lot better though, because that was very early on when people started catching on to the song and the dance and everything, and now we're like fully like, whose house we know.
Yeah,
it was a good entrance.
It went really good. He's in the ring, and Prince Nana like 6 times. He's like, whose house? And Swerve's house, louder than ever. Really, really good. The match itself was so good. So much good storytelling here. Just Bryan Danielson getting his shit kicked in for a lot of it, but then, he does fight back a lot. But there was one moment in particular where he's looking at his family, because Brie Danielson and his, Buddy and, what's her name, Birdie, I think. Buddy and Birdie are sitting there, and he's like, he reaches out and he's like, I'm sorry, I love you.
Yeah, he's doing the fucking, oh my god. I thought it was silly, but there was another one too where he started coming back and he just kept staring at his family and he was like, I love you so much! I love you so much!
Yeah. And then, dude, Swerve, the heel that he is, man, made Birdie cry. He's doing these kicks to him, stretching him out and all that. And
he fucking Death Valley drivered him on the ring bell.
Yeah, on the fucking ring bell, and it split Danielson open. Danielson had a fucking bloody mess of a face, and later on he brings Danielson, he's like going to do a move in the ring, and then he's like, no, fuck this, drags him out in front of Bree and the kids, and starts, you know, beating the shit out of Danielson there, and Prince Nana's just emoting on him. And he's like, boom, and Birdie's like bawling her eyes out and everything. And then fucking Buddy's just laughing, like cackling. He's like, ha! Like watching his dad get beat up.
Diabolical performance.
Yeah. It was really good. And Danielson went over. He is the new AEW World Champion, and there are people that are happy about this and people that are not happy about this, which is exactly what we said would happen. And
I think no matter what way it went, you know.
Right. Either way, you know, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with either one. I do think, you know, I think a stronger build would have been like, if you want that Hangman. Not that it needs the title, but that another, you know, Hangman and Swerve feud, it doesn't need the title. They can just go. But I do think the title would have made it more special, and having Swerve, like, you know, either go over Hangman or finally get beat by Hangman.
It's not even about the title anymore. It's just about Adam Page wants to fucking kill Swerve, dude.
Yeah,
that's
and
just like, that's what it is. You know?
Adam Page did come out during this match. He jumped the guardrail, and security did not have it. They were like,
they
fuck
cleared
no.
Him out fast.
You are not getting in this. You had 2 people sprint over to him, and then you had like 8 more security guards come over to him, and Swerve's just sitting there. He's like, yeah, fuck you, dude. And you think this is where Swerve would go down, but he actually countered Brian, and you know, they kept going. So Hangman tried to get involved. He didn't. Security kept him at bay, and Bryan Danielson eventually won over, had a really, really good moment with his family in the ring, went to Tiger Driver, his son, mind you.
Danielson?
Yeah, did you notice that?
No.
They're standing in the ring, and Buddy's like celebrating. He's like kicking around. He's like, woo, woo, woo. And Danielson like looks at him. He's like, you want to do a move? You want to do a move? And he's like, yeah. And he puts him in position for the Tiger Driver. And Bree's like, no.
Yeah. That was
It was so funny. And Pac is sitting in the corner just cackling at that. And it was so good. You had a lot of people come out, obviously, to celebrate with him. Confetti everywhere.
Yeah,
and
dude, I like the BCC all having gold, you know? That's a good moment.
Yeah, it looks good.
But I was going to say something earlier about Christian, and now I'm trying to remember.
It was regarding, like, interference and, like, getting into the match and all that stuff.
I should have just said it then.
You should have.
Hang on. Give me, like, 10 seconds to just, like, think for a second. Oh, hang on. It's on the tip of my tongue.
You're edging it?
I'm edging. Yeah, no, it's not there. It was a really cool idea, too, and apparently not cool enough.
I guess not. Oh, well. A tragedy. But overall, this was a really, really special pay-per-view. I think it goes to show AEW is not dead. AEW is not going anywhere.
Man. They seem pretty dead to me.
They taped off half the arena, so...
Wrestling, my friends, is subjective. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
It is.
And
it's true. It's art.
That's all there is to it. Wrestling is subjective. You can obviously think what you want about it. Yeah, man, everyone can have their own fucking opinion, but, like, what? We don't have to be so aggressive about it. Just, like, people, I guess people just feel the need to be heard, and, like, obviously I want people to feel heard, but, like, don't yuck someone's yum, you know? Don't yuck someone's yum.
Let's wrap it up in a positive way here.
Yeah. What's your review?
I'm gonna give it 8 Meltzers out of 10.
Oh, we're doing out of 10?
Yeah, out of 10 today.
Okay. I think 8's a good number. I'll go with 8.3.
Yeah. I wrestling fucking rules, man. Like,
Yeah, dude.
this show was so good. It is one of the best pay-per-views of the year. And if you want to hate on it, fuck you. Give it a watch. Just, if you have an opinion, make your voice heard. Make your opinion heard, but don't spew negative bullshit.
It's true.
You know, like, if you have, like, we criticize AEW, we criticize WWE, but we recognize that having both are really good. And we also shine light on the positives of both companies. And I think that's what you need to do. That's all. You know? Just enjoy it. Because we're not going to have this shit forever.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm going to see Raw tonight.
Yes, so
Actually,
I
feel like Raw episode will probably be up before this one.
Probably. I don't know. I'm in an
depends.
editing mood, so I might do it.
Depends on how. Depends on if you do your fucking job.
All right.
Sorry.
Maybe if you paid me instead of an unpaid intern.
Hey, I'm not the one paying. You know who should be paying us? Is the
Drop
Kickers.
Donate to our Ko-Fi. Link in the
Money!
description. Give us money if you want. If not, that's totally fine. We very much understand. Keep on liking, subscribing, watching, sharing.
But I
Share
also
with your
just want to
friends.
say
That's the best
that.
way.
I also just want to say that both me and Mufussy had a really tough day at work today. Just
It's true.
I'm just gonna plant that seed.
It's true. And you know.
And that's it. And there's we can do with that what you will.
But hey, you know what?
Yeah,
Wrestling rules, and
shout out
you
everybody.
rule.
Shout out everybody for the support. It's been unreal. Over even the last day has been kind of
Yeah, it's been crazy.
cooking a lot lately. So
Yeah,
big ups. We got some cool stuff on the way.
we have a lot of wrestling pay-per-views coming up, but we are both gone this weekend, so Bash in Berlin and No Mercy reviews will be probably a little bit later than usual. And you know, we'll get to them when we get to them.
Yeah.
This is not our main job, unfortunately. So if it was, hey, you'd get it right away. But anyway, yeah. Thanks everybody, and beep beep.
Dropkick the commute, shining bright in the night. Join the conversation, be part of the crew.